Hello everyone and welcome to Kim's First Take. I'm Kimberly and today I am watching Arcane Season 1, Episode 2 for the first time. Today I'm going to chat a little bit first before we get into the episode, so go ahead and skip the intro. Timestamp will be down below in the description if you want to skip this part. Episode 1 had a huge impact on me. Like I said in my intro to the first episode, I knew that this series was really popular, even so that I knew that the reactor genre of YouTube was already saturated with Arcane reactions, but I did it anyway because I really wanted to react to this. I wanted to share my own perspective and point of view, and just for myself as well. I wanted to be able to look back and see what I thought. And this channel is definitely a sort of creative expression of my own. One thing to note is that I'm getting into animation a little bit, which is another reason why I'm really interested in the technical aspects of making of the show. Thank you again to all the comments letting me know that there is a separate there's a video about how they made it, which is really cool, and I'm definitely going to watch that. I know that sometimes it's common for reactors to react to extras for different series. Is that something that people react to, or is it just something that I watch on my own and then update you on season 2 how I felt about it? Let me know. Yeah, so I am starting to get into animation myself a little bit. I downloaded Blender and I've been creating my own animations for the channel. I created the Tulsi Taurus logo spinning at the end, or sometimes I put it in the beginning. I created the spinning rings around my profile. It's been a lot of fun just trying things out and being able to make things for myself. Alright, so getting into a recap of the first episode before we get into this next one. I thought a lot about the beginning, just the very beginning scene, because I swear to you, I cried throughout editing it. Like, I cried that entire week just thinking about Arcane. I'm gonna cry a lot. I have a box of tissues today. I did not forget that. I hope I won't need tissues for the second episode. I will save the sobbing for later into the first season or the second season, I hope. But yeah, so I could barely get through an edit without crying a little bit. And so I thought a lot about that first scene, and especially since what I'm still trying to consider is why that first scene hit so hard when the orphan trope is really prevalent throughout a lot of stories in pop culture. Disney is really well known for orphaning their main characters right off the bat. And generally, I think it's a really useful trope, a really useful way to isolate the main character and create an environment in which the kids can go through hijinks reasonably without supervision from adults, etc. And you can introduce other characters that explore ideas of fatherhood and motherhood and parent, like guardianship, without them being directly the parent. You can kind of isolate these elements of life and collect them together through different characters that can come in and out. Anyway, so I think that the orphan trope has a lot of usefulness, and I'm curious to see on just the level of storytelling why that was maybe a choice that they made. So aside from the storytelling elements themselves and going more into the application, technically, I think the reason why it was so powerful to see them orphan, and the reason why it just made me so emotional off the bat, was one, the expressions on the kid's face, that I now know as Vi. The expression on her face was like really good. I don't even know if a live actor could deliver it in that way. The unspoken element with a kind stranger, and more than anything though was the music. I think the music choice of the violins was just really powerful. And I mean, I'm the kind of person who's sitting there bawling at the symphony, like, so there's really Not much else to say about that, but I don't know if it's just left for me to figure out that it was just a general conflict. I don't know if I'm going to get the full story of how the parents died, like who specifically killed them. Was it just they died in a blast, or was there some individual that we'll get to know that they specifically killed the parents? There's a lot of directions that they could go with that. Or is it just the parents died and we never hear about them again, and it's just for the sake of creating an environment in which Vi and Powder are now with this gang. Well, I say gang as in like group of kids, and with Vander. Which is another question that I have. Does Vander just adopt kids? Is it officially adopting, or did he just take them under his wing? Do they consider him like their dad? I also have a lot of questions about Vander himself. Anyway, but I'll get to that later. Next, I'll just talk a little bit about the general themes that I expect from this series based off of the first episode. And I think first off is primarily the theme of dualities. I just noticed a lot of different dualities, like rich, poor, hard, soft, with like Vi being this fighter and Powder being very vulnerable, shy, like not a fighter, she said. Masculine and feminine elements with different people. And what was the other one that I was thinking of? And then the large overarching duality of experiencing grief and love, which wasn't hit so much on this episode, whereas I think it'll be in more future episodes, the love aspect. But because I haven't seen anything specific, but I get general ideas based off of art that I didn't know the names or faces to, so I didn't really pick up in my brain. So I don't have any spoilers, but I do know some general themes. I think that there's going to be some love interests in this series, but definitely we got the grief in that first scene. And that is another reason why I think it was so impactful, was again, the grief in the eyes and the music, and just the way that feeling grief just completely opens up. Like, I think that grief is one of the most powerful human emotions because of how much it can open up a great expanse within your heart. Painful expanse, but it does open up so much sensitivity and feeling, and even, in my opinion, capacity to have tenderness and compassion. And I really appreciated how not only did they start out with that very sad grief-filled scene, but then it was followed by this really epic swelling of that Imagine Dragons song and these huge giant figures. So like that expanse of grief that is opened up inside of you is just filled with this epic, like in the most sincere meaning of the word epic, like swelling. So like really it was like going to the symphony in that first 5 minutes maybe. So yeah, it just really packed a punch. And anyway, I've gone on for like 20 minutes about this first scene, but that really was so important. It really set the tone for the series, and it created a sense of reverence as well. Like what I just described, that expanse, and sort of, for lack of a better word, like exaltation into this epic feeling, like, is very sublime. And again, my own more personal beliefs is that the sublime is a marriage of heaven and hell. And like these dualities that we're exploring in this series, I think will come together in a very harmonious way to where it is what to where people revere it in the way that they do. Even speaking to one of my family members who has seen it, I was like, oh, I'm watching Arcane, and we were having a really light, bubbly conversation, and then once I mentioned Arcane, she just got very, like, solemn, and it's just heavier, the energy. So anyway, it's a very, very interesting series. I'm very excited to get into this next episode. I'm curious about Vander, why he's considered the Hound of the Other Round. How did he get that name? He seems like he pulls a lot of weight within both communities of the Undercity and Topside. He does have some connections. We saw that in his conversation with the guard or enforcer. What are they called? So he really, like, he's made a name for himself, obviously, and he knows how to handle himself, but he's also like this big papa bear, so I already love him. I think he's a really endearing and heartwarming character so far, but he has an edge, definitely has an edge, definitely, and that's also exciting to see. So I want to know more about his backstory, and obviously his backstory is tied with the end scene that we got with the man who's doing experiments on rats. They're connected somehow because the person in the chair was following the group of kids because the kids are connected with Vander. At least that's my understanding so far, but correct me if I'm wrong. Those are all my notes. If you made it this far with me, thank you so much. And I hope that I didn't completely lose people, but this series, reacting to this series is partially for me, so I will definitely continue until the end. And even if people aren't watching now, if they find me later on in a few years, they can look back on these reactions and see what was Kim's reaction to Arcane. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your comments and support. My Patreon is open, so if you want to take a look, make sure to go to the link in the description or pinned comment. I don't really know where I'll put it, but if you want my Patreon, you can find it, I'm sure. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate you all, and let's get into this next episode. This one's called Some Mysteries Are Better Left Unsolved.
The city to get these.
Is that referencing the final scene of the first episode? That's my guess.
Careful. That's your parents' money you're dropping.
Do we not want to know what he's making? Probably not, but we're gonna know.
Hello?
Ooh.
Is someone in there? Hey, open up!
Hey, we got more explosions already. Oh, this is this the same explosion but from a different point of view? Other people in the apartment? Oh, I'd be so happy if we got to know some characters from Topside in this episode. Wow. One thing that I was curious about in the first episode that didn't make the edit was the environment. Like, what kind of environment are they in? This world seemed to have an ambiguous climate.
No, wait!
Ooh. Wow. Wow. Seems magical, like he's controlling the elements and time and space. Whoa, that was beautiful. Sort of what I was alluding to in the intro is that there is a very spiritual quality to the series. With the emotions and the themes. Wow. I wasn't expecting for us to be set in a very natural setting right off the bat like this, or ever. Someone in the apartment building that exploded in the first episode met somebody as a boy that gave him one of the blue stones, and so now they're connected somehow.
There's a lot of restricted items here, and I don't see any permits. You want to tell me how you got them?
Hey, but be careful with that, please.
Last time I checked, science didn't require illegal equipment.
Nor was this approved by the Academy. I'm assistant to the Dean of the Academy, who it may serve you to remember is also head of the Council. He sent me here to ensure that anything dangerous is removed. Which, according to my list, includes you.
What? How am I dangerous?
No, that's for the Council to decide.
Wait, so he's getting arrested because he has illegal equipment in his apartment. Wow.
You reminded me of myself, a scientist, ready to forge a new vector of
Okay, our first time seeing a character that's non-human.
No great science should ever put lives in danger.
I believe I've discovered something truly incredible. Magic through science.
Magic?
Yes.
No.
No?
The Arcane is dangerous, Jayce.
Title card, nice.
Science cannot control it.
But maybe it can.
All my life I've pursued the mysteries of science, only to discover some are better left unsolved. This, I'm afraid, is one of them.
I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with this little guy. Like, pause. It's my personal belief that although it's fun to explore, I think some things just can be mysteries and not everything has to be solved. Like, it's okay to just accept chaos.
Remind me why we bother with this dump.
Enforcers never come down here, so this is as good a place as any.
Is this some sort of arcade / boxing ring? That's pretty cool.
Tell me where I can find them.
Top side of business ain't my concern.
It's every one of you trenches concerned now. Give me a name.
Gross.
Guys, you should see this.
That's a slow-mo. I'm into it.
Search them.
Go ahead, idiots. Got nothing.
Got one. This neon is so cool. I think my favorite color schemes are when neutrals and bright colors are contrasted. It's just so rich.
Over here!
How'd he come out of nowhere?
You need to hide those crystals.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't blame her for keeping him on her at all times, though.
House Pharaoh's business is steady.
Steady is stagnant, Alora.
They wished me to. You are the richest person in Piltover.
Yet I remain the poorest Medada.
So it's like a penthouse, basically.
Something revolutionary, Alora. What of today's trial?
His name is Jayce of House Talus.
A house? Remind me.
They're toolmakers. I believe they came to renown for their design of the collapsible pocket wrench.
Caitlin's right. We've known Jayce for years. Besides, we're his patrons. If anyone is meant to speak up for him,
okay.
it's us.
We should hit them back. We've got the numbers to beat them.
Yeah, let's teach them what it means to mess with us!
They're upset the enforcers invaded that little boxing ring arcade.
You sure that's what you want? We crossed that bridge once before. We all know how that ended.
They're just protecting your kids.
We look out for each other. It's the way it's always been. This will blow over. We just need to stand together.
We kicked the enforcers' butts with just the 4 of us. Imagine what the whole of the lanes could do.
Jeez, even Powder wants to fight.
So why aren't we?
Spill it, Echo.
Echo. Sorry, I thought this was Little Man. Or is that just Echo's nickname? Little Man. Deal with the enforcers.
Jayce Tallis.
And I now know my actions were against Academy regulation. What I did endangered people. It was reckless.
They're cyborgs?
I asked the Council's forgiveness, and I hope that I can continue my studies.
I'm surprised that the patrons aren't also on trial. Maybe the political system protects that from happening. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just not supposed to think about it too hard.
Worked besides an explosion?
No. It came to nothing.
So you're saying your study was meaningless?
It was revolutionary.
Revolutionary how? All I see is a boy meddling with things he doesn't understand.
Does anybody at the Academy understand? Has anybody seen anything like that before?
Perhaps we should just finish.
I was trying to create magic.
Arcane talents are something you're born with. They can't be fabricated.
Actually, I believe it is possible.
The Arcane is the curse of our world. My race was nearly destroyed by it.
I've seen this power in the wrong hands. It corrupts, lays waste to civilizations. That cannot happen here, my boy. It must not.
He must be banished from Piltover.
Please let me speak.
Banished.
My voice doesn't carry much weight here. But as a mother, I have a voice that matters deeply. My son isn't in his right mind.
Oh, pleading insanity, huh?
Life he's chased an impossible dream.
Uh-oh.
Please let him come home.
But he is never to set foot on Academy grounds again.
Interesting. I think that's actually pretty fair.
I still remember the look on your face when you found these.
I don't really know how I feel about her plea to court.
Lost to me. I had to say
That can really feel like a betrayal to
Magic
have.
saved your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. But it won't save
I mean, I didn't know that magic saved her life, but he does feel betrayed.
Convince the Council.
Like, she could have said anything to stand up for him, but she chose to, in my opinion, take the weaker stance of pleading insanity.
Didn't excite the imagination, we would never wander astray.
Could it work? Could these stones really invoke magic?
Far too unstable.
Could you stabilize it?
Me? Why would I? It only leads to more problems. And that poor boy has enough of them already.
Will he live?
Ooh. My favorite layer. God, I love it so much.
Beautiful.
I feel like a lot of people would feel claustrophobic in that, though.
Up there.
Being
On the
underwater.
surface. No one even knows they exist.
They're monsters.
There's a monster inside all of us.
Ay, ay, ay.
No, it'll kill me.
Real power doesn't come to those who are born strongest. It comes to those who will do anything to achieve it.
It's time to let the monster out.
So what has he done for power? That's where my mind goes when he says that. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh man. So I'm anxious to see a crossover between Jayce and that guy. What's his name? God damn it. I want to know his name.
Did they take anything dangerous?
Hard to say. We don't exactly know what we did find, let alone what we didn't.
The culprits must be apprehended.
We're doing our best, Counselor. I assure you. Don't you think we've pushed them hard enough?
Do whatever it takes. Turn the Undercity upside down if you have to.
I suppose that would be a really difficult task if you didn't know who it was and you don't even know what you're looking for necessarily because you don't even know what it is that they stole. That would definitely be a difficult task. And also, how would you prove it? How would you prove that you found the right people?
While you're wasting your time, how about a proper drink?
I'll take the strongest shit you got.
Okay, Hardest. Is that one of Powder's inventions? Maybe it did alert them because they scatter like cockroaches. It seems like the enforcers know who they're looking for, but I didn't think that they know who did it.
I ran into an old friend of yours. He had some stories.
Maybe the kids are just hiding to avoid any questions. Who just takes someone's pipe? Rude.
You weren't always the peacekeeper, were you?
Rude.
Yeah, well, you can't escape the past, right? It'd be a shame if I had to put them on again.
Oof. Ooh. Oh, come on, Powder. Be strong. No. Please, please. No, you don't need this. You don't need this. Okay. Jeez.
You people down here are all the same.
I mostly just didn't want the other kids to have any more excuses to give her a hard time.
You think you're standing up for something? But we all know there is a crime behind every coin that passes through this place. And I'm gonna bury the lot of you.
Okay. Self-righteous asshole. God. And arrogant, like, way to put a target on your back. You're gonna get beat up on the way home.
You heard him. They won't stop. We need to fight back. And if you won't, I will.
I'm worried about her. I remember saying in the first episode that I feel like she's gonna take on more than she can handle someday. And it's really looking that way more and more. I have a lot of curiosity about this civilization this episode.
Why are we
The
here?
architecture is really interesting too.
You still don't understand.
What I don't understand is how you can work with them. We were here. We saw what they did. I grew up knowing I'm less than them. That my place is down there. I want Powder to have more than that, and I'm willing to fight for it.
I led us across this bridge, thinking things could change. If I hadn't, your parents would still be alive. know you want to hurt the Topsiders for what they've done to us. But who are you willing to lose?
Interesting.
Powder.
So he knew their parents?
Nobody wins in war, Vi.
So then did they know him before their parents died? Oh.
What are we gonna do? The enforcers will come back.
I'll figure it out.
He's leaving it behind?
Am I interrupting?
The hell's your problem?
No, I was intrigued by what you said at the trial.
That makes you the only one.
Yes, well, I wanted to talk about your work. This hex tech theory of yours.
It's not a theory. You've no idea how beautiful it is. And now it's gone. No one believed me.
Nobody's ever believed in me. Which is why I'm here. Because I think you're onto something. I want to help you complete your research.
No one thinks it can be done.
When you're going to change the world, don't ask for permission.
Well, he wasn't. That's why he's in trouble. But I like the sentiment. I'm suspicious of this man.
It's Victor.
He seems suspicious, but I knew at once that Jayce was going to find somebody to help him continue his experiments, inventions.
You know, Powder, what makes you different makes you strong. Always remember that, okay?
What the hell were you thinking? Going into the last drop. Do you have any idea what you've done?
I was getting results.
What results?
There is no stopping what happens now.
Huh. Ooh, I thought this was something just for the intro. I didn't realize it was actually used in the show. It's a beautiful record player.
So I don't worry my head, 'cause I know my heart is tied to mine.
Oh no. What's happening? They're so cute. Does someone really rat them out? I'm hoping that this is going to turn and that they're going to arrest the wrong people. No, they don't really get arrested. What? What? Oh my goodness. Huh, okay. Okay, so I mostly gave my thoughts throughout the episode. I paused a lot throughout this one and I gave my thoughts throughout. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I am a little bit disappointed by the main plot at this point because nothing really feels very new. Like, so far this series in terms of plot feels like everything that I've already seen before. And now we have this other aspect of the show of magic versus science, and can we create magic with science? And it is very relevant to today with how much technology and science is constantly rapidly evolving, and the everyday person is sort of trying to catch up in a way. So yeah, I don't know. It gets tired because I feel like magic in pop culture is just shorthand for a lot of feminine aspects of chaos and intuition and things that are mysterious that you can't control. So that's my perspective initially, is why I get so tired of it, is because of my own ideas about magic and science. But yeah, I don't really know how to approach this yet. So I do think that most of my discussion will be at the beginning of the next episode. But let me pause a little bit and get a little snack and think about it for like 10-15 minutes, such and such, and I will come back if I have more thoughts. All right, so I thought about it a little bit, and all that. It is going back to the point I was making in my thoughts before this episode about duality, and in this way it brought on another kind of duality. I would say it's not necessarily inherently a duality, but it is within the consciousness of pop culture, a duality of science and magic. Yeah, so I think it's definitely interesting. We're adding more dualities to our list, and there's a really complex story happening here. And I think my satisfaction of how things end will hinge off of how they handle all of these dualities, and if they can create a new story. If this all wraps up into something that I've heard before, I won't hate the series. I'll still appreciate it for what it is, but I'm definitely hoping for something new. I'm hoping for something fresh. I'm hoping for something that makes me see something differently, or yeah, I don't really know. I'm interested to see how Victor plays into all of this, and I'm hoping that, oh, I did look up his name. The guy with the eye, his name is Pilko? Silco. So I looked at the description on Netflix for this episode, and it does say that Silco is a criminal kingpin. So I'm wondering if he'll get his hands on Jayce. That's my guess. That is my prediction for a future episode. I'm guessing that Jayce is going to fall in the wrong hands, possibly via Victor. I don't know. Maybe Victor's an okay dude. But he seemed to be kind of manipulative in the way that he handled Jayce. And if we saw Victor already, I'm guessing that he's working for Silco. I don't know. If we saw him already, then I'm sorry. That's my guess there. I'm also gonna guess that the ending of this episode was a misdirect. I'm gonna guess that the enforcers are gonna arrest somebody else, and that somebody walking through the door is gonna be completely different than what we expect. That's my guess there. I'm hoping that I'm right, but if I'm wrong, then I have no idea what's gonna happen. If they get arrested, then they would have to go on trial. I also got a lot more questions about Vander in this episode. We learned a little bit more. We're getting bits and pieces of his past, and I'm just so curious. Like, I just want it laid out all right in front of me. I'm hoping that in one of these episodes we just get like a nice giant flashback of Vanderness and getting all of his... Chibi, what are you doing? Is there a bug? Meow. Okay. If I was writing the show, I would just put in a giant flashback of just Vander and his backstory, and I'm hoping that we get more details filled in there. Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Arcane. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. It really helps out the algorithm a lot if you're engaging with the video, and it helps other people see it. Make sure to check out my Patreon as well. Arcane will be up way earlier on Patreon than it is on YouTube, and maybe even 1 or 2 episodes ahead. I don't really have a lot on Patreon right now because it's a new channel, and also because it's going to take me a while to get ahead on episodes filming time, but also storage capabilities is really big right now. It takes up a lot of storage to have a bunch of video on my computer at a time. So yeah, I'm still working on getting those things lined up. But stay tuned, check out my other videos as well, and see you all next time.